So I got a question not too long ago about what kind of problems I had during recovery or complications, and there was two really big ones. I feel they were big anyways. So I'm gonna share. So the first thing that happened to me within that first 8 days of my recovery was a problem with my drains. So one night I noticed they weren't working as well as they should be, and that was on the seventh day. I was like, oh, and then I see a dot on the drain, and I didn't see it before. And so I looked it up on Google, and I was like, if you could, and it said if you could see this dot, your drain's coming out. You shouldn't be able to see that. And I was like, shit. So I tried my hardest to make sure it stayed there, but sometimes these drains would drop and that tugged on the drain. So I don't know. It was just so hard to keep. And it was my left one. Honestly, I think it was my body. My body's really sensitive and it rejects almost anything and everything. I have a hard time with birth control. My body's very, very sensitive. So I knew those drains were not supposed to be there. So I felt like it was trying to kick it out as soon as possible. But so within the first 8 days, that drain started coming out and it ended up just coming out. I was able to just pull it out. I pulled it out by myself because it was literally hanging there with no purpose. So I wanted the hole to close. I did speak with my doctor before I did it. And I mean, he wanted somebody to help me, but honestly, I'm just so impatient that I did it by myself. Don't recommend that. So that was one of the drains. Then it was all up to the other drain to drain as much fluid as it possibly could. And I want to say at almost not even the 2 week mark yet, almost a 2 week mark, that one started to come out too. And I was really, really like discouraged because I was like, when you first go into this and you go into your recovery, you think everything's going to be perfectly fine. You don't like, I don't know. I just wouldn't say I was prepared for this. I was like, this is not how it's supposed to go. I didn't think it was going to happen to me, but you never think it is until it does. So that is what happened to me. My drains came out sooner than they were supposed to. At least my second one stayed in a little bit longer. I was really, really careful with that one. And then when that one was ready to come out, oh my gosh. So like the 14th day, I was like, can I get these out? I need them to come out because the right one was hanging by a thread. And literally this one was actually tugging on my skin. Like the stitch was still attached to the drain and my skin. So I honestly felt like it made the incision a hole a little bit bigger because it was like the weight of the drain was just hanging from that stitch and it hurt so bad. So I could not wait to get that one out. And that one I actually had my massage therapist help me take it out because she was trained to do so, whatever. So that one was safe to take out. We took that out. We could drain a little bit from it, but not much. But yeah, that was the first thing that happened to me. And then I'll tell you the rest because I also had some stitches reject. So that was painful. And I'll tell you what we did for that in the next part.